Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Dr. Ramazan Yirci, your well management for this section. Our section about general issues, dear participants and listeners, I would like to express my honor to be with you at the EDUCCON conference. I thank to those who prepare such a valuable scientific discussion environment. It is very exciting to be with you here by using distance education opportunities for technology and share the section where such valuable students will be presented. I am professor at Kahramanmaraş Sütçü University. My research area, physical education and sport education. I hope it will be a very good session. The first paper of this session is Employability, Skills and MOOC Perception of the Faculty Members. Mr. Ayşe Kamur Avetia from Indira Gandhi National Open University. A survey is being conducted among faculty members of Indira Gandhi National Open University to identify the barriers and challenges by them use MOOC for imparting education, general and skills in particular. This research seems to be very interesting. If you are ready, you can start your presentation. Thank you very much.
Topic of my research is employability skills and MOOCs, perceptions of faculty members. This is the first slide, which is basically setting the introduction and version of this research. Says that higher education across the globe are unable to inculcate relevant employability skills among their learners. At the same time, employers are not able to find suitable graduates with suitable skills. This mismatch between demand and supply of the employability skills is resulting in employability skill gap. And higher education institutes, including open and distance learning institutes, have to identify some strategies to fill this employability skill gap. Now, considering the current scenario, the impact of COVID-19 on higher education is huge, and it has impacted the higher education very badly. Due to this, the employability education is also impacted, and higher education institutes have to relook their strategy to impart education and employability skills among the learners. Including this, imparting employability skills to the masses becomes more critical and more challenging due to various regulatory norms and various social norms provided, or you can say imposed by COVID-19. Higher education institutes have to adopt MOOCs for developing skills. MOOCs have potential to impart skills to the masses. Lot of research studies are there which have supported MOOCs for providing skill-based training. Therefore, higher education institutes and open and distance learning institutions need to adopt MOOCs for providing skill-based training or inculcating employability skills among their learners. To adopt MOOCs or to implement MOOCs in the teaching learning method, higher education institutions have to involve their faculty members, and they have to identify their faculty members, what are their concerns, what are the barriers perceived by those faculty members, so that these barriers can be removed and MOOCs can be implemented for providing skills to the learners. Considering all these things, there was a survey of IGNOU faculty members barriers and challenges perceived by them to use MOOC for imparting education and skills. Methodology. This was a descriptive research which used survey instruments for collecting the data from the respondents. The survey undergone content validity by expert opinion, and then it was undergone reliability testing using phone-based confirm method. Data was collected from the faculty members of the group during May and June 2020. This is the demographic profile of the learners. So there are around 52% female participants and 47% male participants. The age of the respondents varies from less than 30 years and it goes up to more than 61 years age. In professional experience varies from less than 5 years to more than 30 years. Now, this is the data related to challenges perceived by faculty members of Indira Gandhi National Open University for implementing MOOCs or adopting MOOCs for providing employability skills. Maximum respondents, that is 75% respondents, have responded that lack of required training is the major barrier for using MOOCs as a skill development tool in higher education institutes. So this is the major barrier, that is lack of required training. Followed by this, there is other barriers like lack of infrastructure or technological support that is given by 69% respondents. Then lack of awareness about MOOCs, lack of support or for instructional design for MOOCs, difficulty in incorporating skill components are also major barriers perceived by faculty members of the group. Followed by the
some more barriers like lack of incentives to offer courses through MOOCs, lack of institutional policy for MOOCs, as well as cost of internet uses through MOOCs. You can see cost of internet uses through MOOCs is given by least number of participants as a challenge because nowadays the cost of internet in India has become too less. The survey also included an open-ended question and analysis of the responses received by the participants suggest that MOOCs can be used to impart skill-based programs using simulations, audio, video, and small videos for skill demonstration, and there should be provision for hands-on training by uploading small videos. So these are the suggestions by the respondents. The conclusion of this research is that Corona pandemic has changed the paradigm of higher education and policymakers. Higher education institutes have to adopt MOOCs for imparting skills and to survive. Higher education institutes need to identify and remove the barriers faced by their faculty because country to country the barriers varies. Therefore, the study becomes more critical and it gives a path for further research to other institutions so that they can identify what are the barriers perceived by their faculty of their own country. If we see, these barriers are extensive in nature and they can be institutional interference, and institute can remove these barriers because they are related to policy, they are related to institution, not related to individual faculty members. Therefore, we can say that these barriers are extensive in nature and can be removed. These are the references of this research, and this is the last slide for your feedback and suggestions. Thank you very much. These are the references of this research, and I am open for your feedback and suggestions. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you very much. Your very interesting presentation, Mr. Aziz Kamar. Avadia. Does anyone have any questions on this subject? Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Aziz Kamar, for this valuable presentation. Now, second announcement of this session, assessment of out-of-school learning environment, adaptation of constructural museum learning environment scale to Turkish. The aim of this research is to adapt the scale named Museum Constructivity Learning Environment Survey into Turkish and to study its validity and reliability. This research seemed to be very interesting. Now, Mr. İsmail Dönmez from Muş Alpaslan University and Mr. Şahin Aydın Mone. If you're ready, you can start your presentation. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone, I'm İsmail Dönmez from Alpaslan University. I conduct this research with Dr. Şahin from TÜBİTAK. Our research title is Assessment of Out-of-School Learning Environments, a study of adaptation of constructural museum learning environments to Turkish. In order to fully understand children's science learning, the focus should be on learning outside of the school as well as learning that takes place in school. Out-of-school learning environments are not to be used as an alternative to school, but as efficient learning environment for science teaching that expands the walls of school. In terms of out-of-school learning and lifelong learning, there may be science museum, science centers, zoo, aquariums, and these learning environments provide more important environments for public understanding of science and public participation in science, covering a wide range of science topics and hosting a large number of visitors. In societies where science plays important personal, science, social, and political roles, out-of-school learning environments offer people valuable experiences that can improve scientific literacy and the public debates on science. There are approximately 300 science centers in the world and 24 science centers in Turkey. In these science centers, learning environments that have practice and experience. However, in this context, it is seen that measurement tool is needed to examine the learning environments in science centers. The aim of this research to adapt the scale named Museum Constructive Learning Environments Survey in Turkish and to study its reliability and validity. So process permissions were obtained from the authors who developed scale from the research via mail. Then the scale was translated into Turkish in the line with the views of 2 English teachers. After that, it was examined by 2 Turkish language teachers in terms of language. After making necessary agreements, a pre-application was made to the 10 people, and it was aimed to determine the incomprehensive items. Totally 198 participants who visited the science center participated in this study. The age of the participants are between 9 and 16, and their class level is between 40 and 20. The original scale consists of 25 items and the 5 dimensions. In order to analyze the reliable analysis of performance of the fields and dimensions using SPSS program, conformity analysis was performed with MOOCs. So instead we see the reliability analysis, and in the first application, you can see that these parts are the dimensions of the scale. This is the total reliability analysis value. We see that in the first dimensions, the reliabilities were low because there was two reverse items. So we delete them. We see that the reliability is increased, and also the total reliability is increased too. We do the confirmatory explanatory factor analysis. Then we show that some items not working. Also, we delete 2 more items. So at the end of the reliable analysis, substances in Texas, and values accepted in the research and literature are compared. These 50 indices show that the model is acceptable. The findings obtained show that the model is compatible with data. The results of this research provide strong evidence of the characterism of the Turkish form of constructivist learning environment in science centers or science museum. Therefore, by using this scale, students' perceptions of dimensions of the constructivist learning environment in their museum can be evaluated at primary, middle, and high school level. The results of CPR and EPA analysis show that our scale has a good reliability. Comparative studies can be done by using our scale before and after educational process in constructivist learning environment in science museum. It can be used as an assessment tool in the development of monitoring of students' science center and the museum learning programs. Comparisons can be made between demographic information and the different socioeconomic levels. So thanks to attendance. If you have any question about our research, you can ask. Thank you.
Alpaslan hocam, please open your microphone.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, İsmail Dönmez, Mr. İsmail Dönmez, for this valuable presentation. Does anyone have any question on the subject? Please.
Sir, do I have a permission to ask some question?
Okay, please.
Yeah, thank you.
Ask your question.
Yeah, thank you. This is a very nice presentation on a topic also. I just want to ask the speaker regarding, as I understand, some of the audio I was missing, so I really don't know whether it was covered in that time. The tool has been made from primary to high school. So was the intellectual difference between a primary school child and a high school child, that the differences were taken into consideration while this tool was made? Thank you.
Hey, thank you for the nice question. We adopt this measurement from to English version, so it's conducted with from primary school to the high school students. So we don't want to change the process of the original scale. But as you mentioned, it's important that to look the differences of the school and the age types.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Dr. Mrs. Dr. Emitesver, their valuable questions and answers.
Sorry to interrupt, sir. This is not Mrs. It is Miss.
Mrs. Yes. Thank you very much. Your valuable presentation. I think that my friends who organized this nice meeting did a great job in such a difficult time. Sometimes technological limitations affect the quality of our work. Thank you very much, all of their presentation.